There are dozens of different solutions for your next overland adventure, but behind me is just one of them. It's a hard-sided off-road trailer. And let me show you all the features of this particular unit. Matt, could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Matt with Into the Wild Overland. I'm the owner of the company building the Boreas series campers here.
Yeah, so what I want to do is open every cubby and just kind of learn about the trailer. Overlanding is huge right now, right?
It is, yes.
And this is definitely one way to do it.
All right, well, we'll start here in the back. This has our full galley kitchen in it. And what we've got here is a Dometic. We put the CFX40 refrigerator in here. This runs off the battery and the solar, and it can actually run down to -7 degrees running on the 12-volt system.
Okay.
Everything in this kitchen is mounted on locking slides, so they lock in and out, so they're not rattling on the doors when you're going down those Jeep trails and things like that. Then here we have our stainless steel kitchen. So this is a dual slide out. You've got a 2-burner propane stove here, and up above you've got your stainless steel sink with 20 gallons of onboard water.
And where do you fill the water?
There's a water fill on the side,
okay,
and the tank is mounted underneath on a skid plate.
Okay, so is there a worry for freezing of that water, or how does that work?
In the winter, you would want to winterize it.
Okay.
It's just a RV solution that you run through it.
Okay.
But you know, the 3 seasons you can run water. Once you start going out chasing powder days and things like that, you're going to want to winterize it. Some overhead storage, and this is all big enough to fit a 12-inch saucepan.
Okay.
You've got more on this side. Up above here we have our 110 power when you're plugged into shore power. This runs your LED lighting. It's on a dimmer switch. Okay. Here you have battery gauge. This is your switch for the water pump. You've got 2 USBs here for charging phones and iPads, things like that. And then you've got kind of your standard 12-volt cigarette lighter style. And then here again, more stainless steel countertop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have provisions for a generator? Is that something you have?
So this could carry a generator up in our front toolbox, like a smaller, you know, the Honda 2000s are really popular. More than enough power to run this. But usually customers aren't carrying generators. With the 100-watt solar panel and our AGM battery, you can be off-grid really until you run out of fresh water. So we use a high-efficiency, low-profile panel. This is 100 watts. Even with snow on the panel or in the shade, you're still pulling a charge. And then in this toolbox here, we store our battery system and the solar charge controller in here.
Okay. What are the dimensions of this trailer? How long and how wide? What does it weigh?
It weighs 1,950 pounds.
Okay.
About half of that weight is just in our chassis. Tongue to tail is 15 feet 3 inches.
Okay.
The fender to fender is 84 inches wide. And then the cabin is 5 feet by 9 feet.
Okay, so it's like a double bed, and we can look inside, right?
Yep.
A little later.
Yep.
Okay.
While we're up front here, we run a full-size spare tire.
Okay.
One of our options here is this little trasharoo. It's great for carrying firewood and trash, things like that. You can carry some tools in it. Just a handy little accessory.
And it comes with the trailer?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yep. Then up here we actually do a custom wheel on here. The plastic wheels, they crack, they break, they don't roll well.
This one?
Yep, so we're doing a hard rubber.
Okay.
So you can actually push this thing around on gravel much easier than a plastic wheel. All right, so all trailers come standard with the lock and roll hitch system. This is multi-axis, allowing for articulation on and off road. Toes the same, backs up the same, but it's not gonna disconnect like a ball would on a difficult, rugged trail.
Right. And it's not a pintle hitch either.
It's not a pintle hitch, so it's gonna have more articulation than a pintle, and it's also quieter than a pintle.
Okay. So pintles can bang around.
They do.
Right?
Yep. And so this is your vehicle side, so nothing special that you need on your vehicle, but you would drop this on like so, and these two tabs drop in and lock it in. And so now you've got this movement, and then you've also got this movement at the vehicle. So you have full articulation, and I can attest to this with trails that I've been on that would not have been passable without this hitch.
So tell me about, first of all, the steel frame, right?
Steel frame, it's a 3x2 1/8" tube, it's fully boxed out.
Okay, so tell me about the suspension and the tire options here.
So we run the 3,500 pound Timbren suspension. It's an axle-less system, so it's gonna eat up washboard road. It loves Jeep trails, but it still has highway manners. And what it's doing is it's giving you a lot of ground clearance. Typical trailer is going to have either a torsion or an axle trailer,
sure.
Or axle style, and that kills your ground clearance, which makes some of these trails impassable. And so with this, you have over 20 inches of ground clearance, which is much more than any tow vehicle will ever have.
Okay.
And the good thing about this is this system is actually built with 6,000 pound rated components.
Okay.
So you've got the big brakes, you've got the big bearings, the big hubs. So you're able to really use and abuse this system.
And what about the tire size and options?
Yes, so this this trailer comes standard with 30 by 9.5 BFG all-terrain.
Okay.
You can go up to a 33 by 10.5.
Okay.
So that's going to gain you about another 1.5 inches of ground clearance.
Okay.
So it's kind of what the customer wants, if they want to try to match it to the vehicle that they're towing, so they can have multiple spares, things like that. But we've been really happy with the 30-inch.
Okay. And what is the starting price of a unit like this?
So this is our everyday unit. We really don't do a base model or have a bunch of options for you to add on. As this one sits at B&B RV, they are retailing it at $25,760.
Okay.
And that comes as is right here, what we're looking at.
And let's look inside, because there's place for 2 people, right?
Yeah, so this has a full-sized queen mattress in it.
Okay.
It is actually 6'7" head to toe. And I'll turn
that's good.
Power on, and I'll poke around the other side. So in this trailer, we don't have the mattress rolled out. It doesn't get rolled out until the customer picks it up. But like I said, 6'7" head to toe in here. You've got a wraparound LED lighting. This runs on the dimmer switch as well, just like the kitchen. You've got, again, 110 power. This is your thermostat control for your furnace. Here is your main power center. This runs your 12 volt, your 110, your charging system. This is your master kill switch here. Again, USB charge ports, 12 volt gauge. Again, your standard 12 volt charge system there. Overhead, you've got storage here. This is where our 6,500 BTU forced air furnace sits. We have it mounted in this little aluminum box, like so. Super efficient, no problem dealing with below zero situations. And then up over here on your right hand side, a little bit more storage here. And this is also the location if you were to add an AC unit.
Okay. But you do have a vent or skylights.
We do have a vent. In a lot of the climates that we sell to, with the insulation and the overhead fan here, it stays really cool in here, even in direct sunlight. When you're getting into climates where you're dealing with humidity, things like that, people might opt for that AC option.
Okay.
And you can see here, even the wall panels, these are maple, but it's actually a laser printed onto a FRP, a fiberglass reinforced plastic.
Okay.
So there is not one sliver of wood in this trailer, so nothing to rot, nothing to mold or mildew or termites. This thing is gonna last forever.
This is an ARB awning system, or
Yes.
awning.
Yeah, so this again comes standard on all the trailers. This is the ARB 2000. So it's lightweight, it's easy to set up, and the reason we use ARB is just the general quality that ARB has, but also they have a lot of accessories for this awning. You can put rooms, wind closures, screens, all these different items on it, and it allows for more sleeping, protection from weather. But we can roll this one out.
And by the way, you're based in Colorado here, right?
Yeah, we are here in Denver, Arvada to be particular.
By the way, what does the name Boreas mean?
So the Boreas is the Greek god of winter, but it's also the road that I was living on when the first trailer was built. So I was living in Breckenridge, and I lived on Boreas Pass Road.
With these?
Yep, just a twist lock here. And then you've got two more. And you can do this by yourself. It just helps to be on gravel. Put a little tension on all these. And then the room enclosure, it's kind of a clip and zip system. It takes another couple minutes to set up, but it's going to give you a fully enclosed space. Sleep more people, sleep the pets, get out of the weather.
This is the only model of trailer you built. So how come you didn't do like a roof tent or a soft side? Why this solution?
So what I typically say is there's no perfect adventure vehicle. There's going to be pluses and minuses to each one. The reason that I ended up going with the trailer idea is I like being able to keep it packed, ready to go. It fits in a garage, and when you're out adventuring, I like being able to drop this at my base camp. So I can load the bikes up in the truck or run into town for dinner, and I don't have to break down my camp every day or every time I want to move. And in terms of soft side or hard side, again, it's no perfect adventure vehicle, but what I like is the 4-season capabilities of this. It's going to keep it cooler in the summer with the fully insulated cabin, warmer in the winter, and it comes standard with a furnace.
So shore power right here, right? And then water inlet is here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And the shore power system, that's actually your battery tender also.
Okay. So when you're in the garage, you can just plug it in?
Plug it in, it'll maintain the battery. The system we use actually can repair the battery if it's been really run down.
Okay.
So when you put this in storage, you can plug it in all winter. You don't have to pull batteries out or anything like that. The easy fill, yep, for the 20 gallons of water. These fenders, you can stand on them, so you can get good access to the roof. They also double as a little table.
Oh yeah, tell me about the roof rack. We forgot about this.
Yeah, so the roof rack here, and we can come around and take a look at this side. This is our roof rack. We designed it to keep this trailer able to fit in your standard garage. But what we've done here is that the rack is actually part of the trailer frame. So it's welded to our aluminum exoskeleton that this camper is built around. So you're not going to have to drill holes in your roof. You're not going to have any point loading. And you've got crossbars to add, you know, bike carriers, ski carriers, cargo boxes, rooftop tent. It's rated to 400 pounds.
Now what's going on here? You got propane and water, right?
Yes, so you've got 11 pound propane tank. To put that into some scale, it'll run that forced air furnace for 35 hours straight.
Okay.
So everything in here is a really high efficiency. This is probably one of our favorite options. This is an on-demand hot water shower.
So this doesn't come standard, or
this comes standard.
So the whole thing.
It started as an option,
okay.
and
but everybody liked it.
And everyone liked it. That's how this trailer is. Everything was a customer input.
The other concern that people have with off-road trailers is like dust permeating inside. Do you have like ceiling and everything is enclosed, right?
Yep. Everything has a rubber gasket on all the doors,
like
the windows.
The back, like the rear door.
Yep, the roof vent. That's gonna obviously keep it waterproof, and it does keep dust out. Dust is a tricky one.
It's the enemy. Right?
It is. It's easier, in my opinion, it's easier to keep water out than it is to keep dust out.
here's another option. You can actually mount a bicycle or a dirt bike on the front of this trailer. Matt, can you explain how this works?
Yeah, so we're using what's called an MX mount here. It's a strapless system. It's actually from another Denver company. And so this bike is freestanding without any straps, and it makes it super easy to load and unload this system on your own. We've all probably had to wrestle straps and try to balance a bike all at one time, but this doesn't have it. So this still is keeping the bike sturdy on the trailer, and what it does is it's not putting pressure on your suspension, so you're not damaging or blowing out your fork seals with those straps holding the bike down. It's actually using the suspension of the bike for travel.
Does this tilt, or how does this work?
So there's a ramp that will mount right here, and it's actually, we store it right in front of the toolbox. So with this MX mount, it mounts onto two steel rods, and it goes through your foot peg. And you can see here, this is just a pin and plate, and then you would tip the bike over, and these drop down like so. Same on the other side.
Let's see how I fit. They say it's about 6'7" length. I'm just over 6'2". Really comfortable. There's headroom and I have leg room. I think every job needs this. A place to lay down and relax. Okay, well, I guess I gotta get out. I might fall asleep. So this unit as it sits is about 26 grand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That sounds like a lot of money to some people, but can you just describe, why is it priced this way and kind of the range, or, because we've seen some trailers double this price.
Yes, there is a wide range in this trailer market. The Overland growth has spurred a lot of businesses jumping in. So you have stuff that's much cheaper, you have stuff that's much more expensive, but we feel like we've kind of landed in this middle ground with the price point. And what's setting us apart from a lot of the other hard-sided Overland trailers is that we're using this fully composite system. There is not one sliver of wood in this camper. You're gonna get, it has an indefinite lifespan of adventure. So that's one factor that's setting us apart. Yeah, you can go to a big RV dealership and get something twice as big for the same price, but you're not going to see the quality that we're putting into these campers.
This trailer weighs just under 2,000 pounds, which means possibly you could tow this to your next Overland adventure with your side-by-side, like a Polaris Ranger XP 1000. That's pretty neat. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our TFL Off-Road channel. It's our new channel that we're working on. Of course, you can also see us at TFL Truck and TFL Car. Thanks, guys.